Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I'm back with more Christmas decor for you today. I have three really cute snowman pieces for you. I know you probably thought I was all done with snowmen when I did my Christmas in July, but I can craft snowmen for days on end, and I enjoy doing so. So let's jump in. I've got this round Dollar Tree sign. We're going to be doing a little hand lettering. I have a piece of floral stem, some red and white ribbon, one of the tumbling tower blocks, and one of the large blocks from Dollar Tree. I have my apple barrel matte white, some buttons, I think from Hobby Lobby. I have two pieces of scrap cardboard. One I painted orange, and it's the pumpkin from Waverly, and then the other I just painted in my matte black, and I'll be using a little bit of hot glue. So I'm going to I'm going to use a lot of hot glue. I'm going to take some hot glue and I'm just going to make a big splotch, a big puddle, so to speak, at the bottom of this round board. And I'm going to paint everything in my apple barrel matte white paint. I then took that Dollar Tree block and I cut it in half because it was a little chunkier than I wanted. And I actually didn't cut it quite in half. I cut it I cut a third of it off and kept the rest of it. And I'm just going to hot glue that down to my puddle because my snowman has melted. And I have seen this everywhere and I've never made one for myself. So I'm making it today. And I'm just kind of arranging everything the way I want it. And then I'm going to glue it down. But I just want to get an idea of where everything's going to sit. And then I'll take it all off and then do my wording. And then I'll glue it back. I'll glue it down. So I took my black cardboard and just cut out what I needed to make his hat. And then I'll take the orange and cut out a little carrot nose. So I'm just taking everything back off of that round and I am writing in my own handwriting, some people are worth melting for. This came out super cute. I'm surprised I've never done one before, but I'm glad that I'm doing it today. I hope you guys like it. Now, is it my favorite of the three that I'm going to show you? No, it is not. If you'd like to know which one is my favorite, you're going to have to keep watching. As always, I need you to comment down below. Let me know which one is your favorite of the three that I'm bringing you today. So I took my tumbling tower block and I painted it black. I want the hat to sit up off of this wood round. I felt like it was getting lost. It set back too far behind the face because the face has some lift to it because it's a block. So the hat needed to be raised up to make it make sense. So I just put a tumbling tower block behind it and then it will sit evenly with the face of our snowman. Now I'm just adding my cardboard pieces to the tumbling tower block. I'm going to take that top hat piece off and re-glue it down just a little further onto the face because I realized it was covering up the words a little bit. Now I took a pencil and I put the snowman's face on and I'm going back in with a black marker to darken everything up. You guys, thank you so much for being here today. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Dee's Cute and Crafty. I'm so glad you took the time to stop by and check me out. And if you are a ride or die, you've been with me from the beginning, thank you so much for coming back. You guys know how much I love and appreciate you. Now I'm going to take a little bit of that orange cardboard and really truly, like I said, it's just cardboard that I painted and set aside because I knew I would need it for this DIY and for the next DIY as well, or at least another one in this video. I don't know if it's next or last, but anyway. So we're just going to take a little bit of that cardboard and make a little nose for our snowman, getting rid of any excess hot glue. And now I'm just going to put the buttons on, and they're just going to go on randomly wherever you'd like to put them because, of course, the snowman has melted, so the buttons are just kind of scattered about. And I'm taking some of this floral wire. I always keep all of my floral stems when I cut the flowers off to add to a wreath or a DIY of some kind. So I keep my floral pieces, my wires, and this is perfect for why I keep them. I keep them for projects like this if I want branches or anything like that. It works out perfectly for this DIY. And I also keep them if I want to add something on to the end of a floral stem and stick it down in some floral foam or pool noodle. So I just keep everything. Now that I got his little hands glued in place, I'm going to give him a scarf using this really pretty black and I thought it was black and white or black and white. I thought it was red and white, but it is red and black gingham. Just going to hot glue that down, crisscross it in the front. And then, you guys, I had some leftover Christmas greenery, frosted greenery, just laying on my craft table. And I said, might as well add that in too. So after I got this glued down, I took those two little pieces of greenery and put them on the front of the scarf. I also took a red berry and placed it in the center of the greenery, which you will see in the reveal. I took some tumbling tower blocks and added them to the back so that this piece can stand on its own. And it is all done. I like how it came out. I took my sander, of course, you guys know I can't leave anything alone, and I roughed up the edges, made it look a little bit old. I sanded on the snowman's face to bring up some of that wood underneath the paint, and I sanded on top of the hot glue as well. Moving on to DIY number two, I have these three pieces of wood from the Dollar Tree. I have the long skinny wood slat, and I have that chunky piece that's new this year. They didn't have that last year, that first piece that I showed you. And then the second piece after that, I believe they've had that piece. But we're going to make another snowman because this video is all about Frosty. So I'm just taking the sticker off the back. I should have just used my hot glue or hot glue. I cannot talk today. I should have just used my hair dryer to heat that glue up and pull that off of there, but I scraped it off. And I will also be using this new sign from Dollar Tree. It is a Christmas countdown sign. Very cute with Santa, but I want to make it into a snowman. I have that orange cardboard again. I have some of my plastic and wooden snowflakes, some pine cones, some red berries, and some frosted picks. I also have my Waverly white chalk paint and my Hello Hobby in black. You guys can already see it coming together. So I'm going to take my chunky wood piece and paint the side that is the smoothest. One side's really rough, so I don't want to use that side because we're going to put Frosty's face on, and I don't want it to be kind of distorted because of the wood being hard to write on because it's so um, abrasive. So we're just going to take the Santa face off and set it to the side along with the little Santa hands. And I have one of the Dollar Tree signs left over from the Shore Living collection. I believe this was something with mermaids, but I already had pulled the paper off the front of it, so I can't really remember what it was. But I just love the signs for the MDF. So I'm going to take my Countdown to Christmas Santa and just trace around it because this is going to give me somewhere to put my snowman face. I need something to attach it to. So I'm just scoring this MDF board, and then I'm going to take my wire cutters and I'm going to cut everything out. Then I'll take my X-Acto knife, I'll trim it up, and then I'll take my sander and sand it down and make it smooth, make all my edges smooth. You guys, if you've been with me for a while, you already know I do all my woodworking or MDF cutting. I do it by hand with my wire cutters and X-Acto knife because that's what I have available to me. I do not have anything that is power oriented to do my crafting with. I have to take that back. I did buy a little like a little table saw, but it only really cuts through the tumbling tower blocks. It's too small to do anything else. So now I'm just going to hot glue this felt down, and I am happy that it is a thicker, kind of stiffer felt because you don't see the hot glue through it like you would a thinner felt. Then we're going to take this little cording with the red ball at the end and the Velcro. We're going to just hot glue that back to the top. And I stretched it out all the way down to the 25, just making sure that I would be able to count down all the days of Christmas and not shorting myself by making it um, too short, by gluing it on too short. Taking some hot glue and some wood glue, we're going to put that big chunky piece of wood down onto the MDF. And you can see what I was talking about by needing somewhere to attach the snowman to. I'm also going to add in a couple staples for good measure. This piece is top heavy and I don't want the face of the snowman or the head of the snowman to fall off. And it is going to be a piece that we hang. It's not going to be a standalone because it's too top heavy for that. So now I'm going to take 4 tumbling tower blocks and glue them end to end and paint them black. No, I didn't paint them black. I left them natural because it's the back of the sign and it didn't really bother me that much. So I'm doing that because I need stability for this sign. When I put the brim of the hat on and I put the top hat piece on, I am going to hot glue it to the top of that chunky piece of wood, but I just felt like that wasn't enough. I don't want to worry about this coming apart or falling apart. So I added the tumbling tower blocks with some wood glue and hot glue behind the hat just to make sure everything stays in place. Now this is mine. It's going to stay in my home, but I want it to be good and sturdy. I don't want it to fall apart. So now I'm going to add the brim of the hat. You guys knew I wasn't going to get out of this video without sanding something. So we're just going to make this old and weathered because I love it. If it's not your thing, you don't have to do it. You guys, if you're enjoying this content, please don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up. That lets YouTube know you're enjoying the content. It helps me stay in the algorithm. They push my videos out a little bit more so other people can see them and they can join the Cute and Crafty family as well. So here's that orange cardboard that I painted. We're going to take it and make a round nose this time. I'm so used to Frosty having the carrot nose, but this one's going to be a round nose. And I'm just sitting it in place on the face so that I can get the measurement of the eyes right. Now that I have my eyes the way that I want them, I'm going to go in with my black marker and darken everything up. And then I'll get the nose glued down and we will move on to embellishing the hat. You guys, when I put this brim on, I just simply eyeballed it. It's off a little bit, but it's okay. I know you guys are going to do a much better job when you do yours if you recreate this. But I still love him. He is so cute. And yes, he is my favorite of the 3 that I'm going to show you today. Hands down, Frosty won. He always does. I just love making snowmen. I'm sorry I'm out of frame. I have limited space in which to work. And this DIY was pretty big and it's long too. So I will get in frame here in just a little bit. So now I'm just going to make my bow. I have this really pretty, um, like a tartan plaid kind of ribbon, and it came from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to make a bow. Instead of a scarf, we're going to do a bow under the neck or on the neck, under the chin. And I'm just going to make my loops like I always do. And I'm going to pinch it and tie it off with some jute cord. Not going to make any tails for this because I don't want it to cover up the numbers. Adding some hot glue to the back. We're going to get this glued down. And now I'm going to start to attach the embellishments at the top. I always like to just put things in place first and look at it and see if I like it. And then I start securing everything down. So I'm just going in with my staple gun and attaching the greenery. And then I'm going to hot glue my pine cones and my berries on, and also snowflakes. I am going to go back in with my apple barrel matte white paint, and of course I'm going to dry brush this hat. So I'm taking one of the Dollar Tree white markers and I'm writing Countdown to Christmas. And here is DIY number 2. It is so cute and I absolutely love it. I added a jute cord to the back of the snowman. Again, like I said, so we can hang it up. I might send this one home with my granddaughter when they come for Thanksgiving. We'll see. I'm sure if she likes it, I'm going to give it to her. It's hard to refuse the grandbabies. You just give them whatever they ask for within reason so that they're not spoiled too rotten. But yeah, she's a little spoiled. She's the only one I have, you guys. Moving on to DIY number 3 and the last one of the video, I'll be using my Dixie Belle Barn Red, my Apple Barrel White, same paint I've been using, some of the buttons that I have from Hobby Lobby, a little piece of cotton, some scrap cardboard, and this Dollar Tree Live House sign, and one of the Dollar Tree snowman ornaments. So I'm just going to paint those beads red. I'm going to just go in and get this sticker off the back, just scraping it off. And then I will sand it just to make sure everything is nice and smooth, and make sure I have all that glue off of there, because when you paint it, you want that glue off because it makes the paint really, I don't know, it's unappealing. I don't like it. So you want everything nice and smooth. And now that that's done, I'm going to set it to the side. We're going to work on this snowman ornament. I am going to cut away a little bit of his scarf because it's too long. And I'm going to take these big crab claw arms off of him. I don't know what was going on with these branches, but they were bigger than he was. It just was odd. So we're not using them. And then I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut off some of the bulk of the snowman from the back because I want it to sit flush onto the sign. But I'm going to keep that big piece of rounded styrofoam because I can use it in another DIY. So just rubbing away any of the loose styrofoam. And I'm going to lay this on that first house just to see if I've cut away enough. And I have not. So I'm going to go into that second snowball and cut away a little bit of that. And then put it back down. And I ended up having to cut away a little bit more. Just cutting away a little bit at a time because I can always cut away more if I need to. But if I cut away too much, I'm going to have to figure out how to close that back up. So my glue gun was not hot. I didn't have it on. So I'm just going to put that snowman to the side until my glue gun heats up, and I'm going to start working on my lettering. And look at this red marker. Yeah, it wasn't working. I had to go in my stash and pull out another one. And I just wrote, "Let it snow." Going in with my sander, and I'm roughing it all up because I have to. And now I'm going to get my snowman in place, just making sure everything looks the way I want it to. And I'm going to glue that down. When working with styrofoam, you don't want to use too much glue because everything melts, but you need to use enough so that it sticks. And then you have to hold it down for a while, and give it time to set up because it'll keep trying to pop back off. Now I'm going to take the buttons that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to attach those to the snowman. He came with some little felt buttons, but I didn't like those. I took my scrap piece of cardboard and I drew two little mittens and I cut those out with scissors. So now I'm going to attach the little mittens where those big crab claw hands were, those branches that were too big. And I'm going to use some of my floral stem to attach the mittens to so that I can then tuck them down into the existing holes on the side of the snowman. That little excess piece of scarf that I cut off, I'm going to use that to go around the edge of the mitten, give it some texture, little definition. And then I'm going to take my black Sharpie and I'm going to fill those mittens in and make them black. Now that looks so much better than what was already there. I took my little cotton ball and I'm just going to add it to the top of the hat. I just felt like he needed something. This one, again, it came out so cute. I love it. I hope you guys do too. I'm going to add some tumbling tower blocks to the back. It definitely should have been able to stand on its own, but when I added the snowman, it made it off where the snowman, the styrofoam from that was lifting it on that one end and it would not let it stand up. And then I thought, well, I can just trim that off, but decided to just add some blocks. And here it is, DIY number 3. So much better than what I started with that ornament from the Dollar Tree. I love this so much. Here is the final reveal of everything I've made for you today. You guys, I want to take this time to thank you so much for joining me today. I'm always blessed and grateful to have you here. Don't forget to give it a like and share it out to your friends and family, and maybe they'll become part of the Cute and Crafty family as well. As always, please stay safe, be blessed, And until I see you in my next one, craft something beautiful today, you guys. Bye.